All right. Welcome everyone to Fable Friday. Where three of us streamers. Oh, I was gonna say we're four streamers. So technically one DM and three player streamers. Basically, play some goddamn Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Before we get into the stream itself and the recap, a couple announcements. One, I have sponsors. All right, Shockbite Gaming Servers for basically gaming server needs. Check them out in the link down below. It helps out a lot. And then the other one is W Energy Drinks. Cameras here. W Energy Drinks. Use the code Ruby Mad Hatter. You get 10% off your purchase. It is definitely worthwhile. Howdy, Gamera. Did you at least get your timing right this time? Because, damn it. Both of these help support the stream. So please use those. Along with other support for the stream, I have a Ko-fi. Alright, so if you want to donate to help keep the lights on here and help us get better tech and things of that nature, or in this case, the money I'm getting from my Ko-fi is going towards updating or upgrading my VTube Avi, so it's not just a little bouncy picture. So, every $300 I reach in total for the Ko-fi donations, I take a pie to the face. My daughter has dibs on that, and yes, it will be done live on camera. All right? I know some people are like, you're a VTuber. How? It's like, no, I will turn on my camera and take the pie to the face. So keep that in mind. So the Ko-fi link is down below. For those of you who have donated already to the Ko-fi, thank you so very much. To those of you who are clicking that link and donating now, I also thank you for that. Any clips, by the way, you guys make will be uploaded to YouTube and TikTok. I also, myself, make one clip every video to upload to TikTok and YouTube. I haven't updated my YouTube shorts list in a while. I am going to be working on that this weekend, so please forgive me on that front. Speaking of YouTube, I upload these entire videos onto YouTube, so that way, you know, if you miss something, you can go back and watch. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below, because this appeases the algorithms. Alright? Alright. Do you fun players have any announcements to make before I get into the recap?
Not that I know of. Thanks for asking, though.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me
Your
of one thing.
fireball on cooldown.
Yes, my fireball's on cooldown. Alright. Ange, are you streaming today?
Yes.
Alright, so give me a second. I will find you. So that way I can do the whole, you know, stream together thing. This will take just a moment. Alright. Now if I click knock here, this should work. I think. Alright. Yeah, alright, it says getting ready. Get ready. Alright. Alright. Now it says previewing. Come on. Oh, push them to add to the call. Okay. There we go. Alright, and then we start sharing chat. All right, let's see if that works. It should. Yeah, it's sharing. Yay!
Woohoo! Let's go.
All right, that should be fine. All right, let's get to the game. And Fedorian's here. She says that the fun stabby thing is... Wait, what? It just canceled. Really? Come on, man. Don't do this to me. Don't be stupid. Why did it say it canceled?
Still showing active on Andrew's side for me.
No, it works. Okay.
It works.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, recap real quick. I am going to go to another map to do the recap real quick. So, the party was in this village. I'll move the map over here for that. And they were fighting off a bunch of raiders from the Nightmare Clan. Alright? And they succeeded in fighting them off. They are gone. They are not coming back. Alright? So we got that. In the process, one of the guys, well, several of the guys got away. 1, 2, 3, 4 ran north, 3 ran east, and 1 ran south. Eruk decided to chase after the one going south. Now, the party did get to a chance to speak to some of the villagers.
There are no bullets left in this gun, you see?
Uruk did get a chance to, not Uruk, sorry, the party did get a chance to interact with some of the villagers. They found that there was a, Silva Dryad in the woods, like an older one, that had a nice conversation with them, and then went back into the woods, saying that the raiders wouldn't be coming through the woods.
Not through the woods.
Yeah, not through the woods. Now, the party did succeed in driving off the raiders with minimal house damage and no villager death. Though Arundel definitely took quite a few hits, as did Rundar. So they took quite a few hits. Zatan definitely drew attention, and Garen was raining lightning from the fucking sky as a nice little sparrow. So there is that. Oh boy, there is that. So we pick up where the group, Uruk, is now chasing one of the rioters. Alright? And in which case, Uruk, I require from you, good sir, a dexterity check.
A dexterity saving throw?
No,
or a...
check.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Am I dodging something?
Well, more of like, if you hadn't noticed, the road is not exactly a smooth road.
Ah.
So it's more of making sure that you balance yourself correctly as the horse is dodging rocks and, you know, branches and stuff.
Gotcha.
So
15 dexterity, that's a save. So don't, so we'll take what is it, 3 off of that? Hold on 1 second. 4 off of that, 11.
11, okay. So you get to move a little closer as he is continuing to run. Alright. And the way this is going to work is that first half of the screen will be there, and he will be running on the second half. Now, you can possibly get him on your side of the screen if your checks do well enough. Actually, before you move, I've realized there's one thing I gotta do. I have to do his dexterity check. Okay, so never mind. He gains on you just slightly.
Okay.
So he's like his horse is, he's like directing his horse really well, which kind of makes sense because these people are known for their mounted combat skills.
Yeah, and he knows the layout. He's been on this road before. I have not.
Yeah. All right. So as you're chasing him, what is your next action you're going to do? Because that will determine what check I have you make.
Okay, my next action is to use I'm going to use, I need to get a scroll out of my little pocket. And I'm going to unfurl it, and I'm going to cast Longstrider on my horse and increase its speed by 10 feet for an hour.
All right, increase its speed by 10 feet for an hour. Excellent. All right, so what I'll do for that is, due to you having a slight speed increase over the horse in front of you, I'm going to give you a +2 on your rolls to catch up to this guy. No matter what the check is.
Okay, can I have, hey, I'm going to ask my horse to intimidate the other horse.
All right, roll Intimidate.
All right, this is, I'll have to subtract off thing. My horse is going to have a -4 to that. So it actually would be a 10 intimidation. My horse to his horse. My horse can talk, and it does have a 7 intelligence.
All right. So that would be a 12 then total, because remember, I gave you a +2 on all your rolls.
Oh, sorry, 12 total.
All right. Oh, yeah. All right. So the other horse falters and slows down quite a bit because it's scared and it's not paying attention to exactly what it's doing.
All right.
So you are definitely like catching up with it. He is going to pull out a bag and he is going to throw it onto the road. All right. In this case, a dexterity saving throw will be required.
Amazing. 23.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Let's see how much of a difference we're talking about here.
Actually, with the +2, it would be a 25.
Yep. So 6. Okay. So you are definitely catching up to him because that slowed him down as he threw that out trying to hit you with a Tanglefoot bag.
All right.
So it is now your action in this chase.
I will attempt to just haul all of the ass. No, I lied. I have 5 javelins. I'm going to throw 2 javelins at his horse.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
22.
22.
For the first
all right.
one. And 19 for the second one.
Oh, first one definitely catches the horse majorly.
All right, it takes 10 points of piercing damage.
Yep. All right. So that first one catches the horse right in the back leg, and you can see it like definitely digging in and doing some damage.
All right.
And so that is definitely slowing down the horse permanently. And the second one, the second one gets into like its back, but it doesn't quite get as much purchase as the first one.
Gotcha.
All right. He is going to pull out his bow, and he is going to attempt to shoot at your horse.
That's amazing. I will force him to attack me instead from my mounted combatant.
All right. I don't think a 10 is going to hit.
No.
So the arrow goes flying through the air, and you feel it hit your armor, but it kind of like deflects off your armor, and you see like little wooden shards go poof.
All right. Does he still have my trident sticking out of him where I chucked it at him?
Yes.
Okay. Submit, I will say to him.
Give me an intimidate check, good sir.
Natural 20 for a 27.
Oh boy.
With the +2, 29.
Jesus Christ. That's a big fail. All right. So you're getting up there pretty close as he's he's galloping for dear life. So he is going to try to push his horse the best he can, giving him a constitution check.
All right.
For at least the constitution check on the horse. And I am rolling shit today. All right, your
I'm gonna
next
reach down
action,
to my-
sir.
I'm going to reach down to my horse, and I'm going to say, just keep following, same speed. If I get dumped off, I need you to pick me up, okay? Let's go. And I will Misty Step onto the back of his horse.
Oh.
And just grab the trident and shove it in. That's all. I'll just try and attack him twice with my trident that he has.
Jesus Christ.
I told you to submit.
All right. So you get to attack twice, but you're doing it off of horseback, so you're going to be doing it at disadvantage.
Perfect. Uh, 10 to hit him. And 17.
All right. The 10 does not hit, but the 17 does.
Amazing. I will be using my last first level spell slot to smite him.
Oh, no.
So he will take, let's see, 3d8 plus 6, 19 points of damage total.
All right. So he definitely is in pain, and you're holding on. I require a dexterity saving throw to stay on the horse.
All right. 22. 24.
Yeah, you're still on. It's still going. And can you give me a constitution check for your horse?
Yes. Actually has a +2 to this. So actually a +4, so 14.
So 14. All right, your horse is keeping up. So his on that. All right, excellent. Oh, my light just flickered. Power.
Don't lose power.
Don't please, power. Please don't go out. I don't need that tonight. All right. So he's hanging on for dear life. And he is going to attempt a dexterity check to see if he can't, maneuver the horse in the right way to get you to be thrown off without losing too much speed. An 11 is, you got to beat an 11 with your dexterity check.
Okie dokie. Nope, 7.
Why am I not seeing your roll?
No. It's in the chat.
That's weird.
It says dexterity 5, but you gave me a +2 for 7.
There it
Observation.
goes.
This is a great opportunity for slaughter.
As I was trying to tell you, there are no bullets left in this gun, you see?
All right, 7. So no, congratulations, you fall off, and give me a quick dexterity save to grab your horse and climb on that real quick.
Amazing. 19.
19. Yep, you're fine. You're whoop, back on your horse.
Good girl. Good girl. I have my trident now.
Yes, you have your trident.
Cool. I'll yell after him. This is your lucky day. The lady does not need to see you today, but I will see you soon. As I'll just wheel my horse around because I'm not getting ambushed out in the middle of the freaking woods by myself. I'm gonna try to get back to my people.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So you
Thank
back.
you.
You ride back to the town.
Yes. But that guy's got a good story.
Oh yeah. It's like, that fucking thing was scary.
No wonder they don't allow outsiders in here. Orcs are scary. They do that.
Yeah, they do that shit. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. It's like, that's frightening. All right, so you ride back to the village. The villagers are mostly okay. They're, like, looking around. Some of them are assessing how much damage was done. So, like, Arendelle, Zatan, you're seeing the villagers kind of, like, look at some of the doors that have been damaged. They're going to figure out how much wood they'll need to repair it. It's almost like this is definitely not the first time this has happened. Your question was not answered, Fedorian. Not yet, anyway. We're waiting on Zatan for that one. Alright, so that's good up there. Okay, we're fine. Okay, so Zatan, Arendelle, are you doing anything to help the village at this point?
I was gonna help them fix the doors, or try to fix the doors and help them whatever they need.
I'll offer my services as some muscle.
Okay. Yeah, the muscle is definitely appreciated. Arendelle, for the most part, you're being asked to, like, hold the door in the right place so they could hammer in the hinges again. And eventually, like, one of them just looks at you guys and goes, "We are so appreciative that you guys were here. We don't even want to guess what would have happened if you guys didn't fight off those raiders."
You're welcome.
As Aruka's on his way back, though, some of the villagers will, like, give Arendelle and Zatan, like, a big hug. They're very appreciative. If you tell them, like, don't touch me anymore or anything like that, they'll respect that, too. It's just more of, they're grateful. And Rundar's going around with his healing magics and healing what wounds there are. And Helios is examining the bodies of the guys that you did succeed in killing. Which, one of the older male villagers will come over and be like, "Is your friend okay?" Any of you?
I'm sorry. On the way back to town, I was going to look for any of the spare horses that they rode in but did not ride home, and I was going to bring them to the town. But
oh yeah, you'd probably find a couple then. That's
Alright,
easy
cool.
enough to do.
Zatan, I brought you a mount.
I can has horse.
I can has horse.
Arendriel, I found a mount for you as well. Here you go.
Joke's on
Thank
you.
you.
You got a cavalier in your party who keeps forgetting to ride a horse.
Bruh.
Bruh.
And then whoever's like, which friend is, what friend okay? Who needs to be not, like, who's not okay, villager?
The older man will point at Helios and go, "He seems to be unnaturally studying the bodies."
Is he unnaturally studying the bodies?
You're not entirely certain. Like, you've seen members of your faith do that. Like, how much he's looking into this.
Helios.
He'll kind of, like, look at it for a moment, and if you go up and, like, touch his shoulder, he'll go, "Huh, what? Oh. Sorry.
You okay?
No, I was just, I'm fine. I was getting really into my studies. My apologies."
And what studies might that be?
Well, I was looking into these gentlemen, see what information I could possibly glean from their corpses. And without a frame of reference for the area, all I can do is make basic suppositions. For one, these guys are all often on horseback, I've noticed, based on the bruises and the muscle tone in their bodies. So,
Yeah, they are professionally mounted, I would say.
yes. Though, these ones, I think, are among the newer of their clan, if I were to make a guess.
So you're saying the more experienced ones are... Maybe this is a training mission for them.
Perhaps. Or they were used as sacrificial resources because they didn't have as much resources put into them for, their military career.
Well, all the resources are going to be in the saddlebags, not on the corpses. We don't carry our own stuff. The horse is there for that.
No. When I say resources, I'm more talking about training, time in training, feeding the soldier, things of that nature.
These are not pushovers. These are well-seasoned soldiers.
Agreed, except for there's one thing I'm concerned about. And he'll reach down and pick up one of their hands, and he'll go, while there are some blisters and roughness to their hands, it is not as much as one would expect a professional long-term soldier.
So are you saying they're just the new people, I guess?
That would be my guess, yes. It's quite possible they sent the newer soldiers out on this mission because, well, it wasn't a highly valued mission. Or they didn't expect it to have such strong resistance.
The villagers did say that they were just they were just waiting for them to come and raid them. So maybe we could have Rundar send a message to the Bear Clan, let them know that our ambush was successful. However, some of them got away. The villagers are thankful. We didn't lose any villagers, did we? Sound off if you're missing someone. I shout around to the village.
Suddenly I'm getting that image from Atlantis the Lost Empire where it's like guy lights up a match and goes, okay.
Don't everybody move at once.
You're right. It's like, okay, who's not dead?
Yep.
No, not a single villager died. There were a few injuries, but nothing from like the weapons themselves. It was more of like people took some like dislocated shoulders or things of that nature because they got hit with like a door.
Gotcha.
I have to ban a bot. Doo-da.
Yeah, ban that bot. Get it good.
I'm trying to get to it.
Eat it.
Okay, it's not letting me do it there. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Bye. Yep, you're gone now. Oh no, the guards are here! Oh, you see, the problem is Angie's stream is not seeing the guards. Oh my god. Oh, those guys are wild. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, he's wanted. Give me a second. If I could spell, today would be nice. Alright. Let me do that. Open up that in a new pad. Oh, shite. Here you go. Ready? This is them. Yeah. Alright, wait. They can't see it, so I'll have to share it with Ange. So give me a second. I'll send it to her. If I can find it. There you go. There you go, Ange. If you want to show it to your audience, you can. If I could find out what I'm doing, doo-da, doo-da. Because the fucking thing is now having a seizure. There it goes. There we go. I'm imagining them, though. Oh, trust me. It's worthwhile, buddy. Anyway. Moving on. So they are grateful. But, like, Helios just kind of looks at them and just goes, something just not adding up here. Sorry, it's just bugging me. And he'll look over at Rook and go, oh, I see you got your trident back.
Yes, I did.
Excellent, excellent. I'm glad to hear this. Recovering equipment is always worthwhile.
It is. Do you wish to glean anything else from these corpses? I believe Rundar and I could, before we put them in the ground, we could question them.
If you so desire, that would be most appreciative. I do lack the ability to speak with the dead. That is, unfortunately, beyond my skill set.
Rundar is an accomplished priest of the dead, so... Shall we get out of the public eye before we do this, though?
Yeah, I think we do not wish to disturb the villagers, no.
Erindriel, Zatan, are you injured?
Yeah, we're a bit injured.
I've been tickled.
Well, we can either rest for an hour, or we can use some magic. Which do you prefer?
Helios goes, I would suggest restraining on magic casting as much as possible. In case they come back with additional forces.
Okay. That is wise. Then perhaps you all can rest while I dig some graves and Rundar questions one of these men.
Alright, so Speak with the Dead gives you 8 questions you can ask him, because it's 1 per level.
It's 1 per spell level, right?
Is it spell level, or I thought it was character level? I might be wrong. Let me check.
I think you start with 5. That's it. Let me see.
I'm checking right now, because that's a good one.
Roger.
5 questions. You're right. So you get 5 questions.
Okay. I don't want to roleplay for Rundar, but the ceremony is kind of like we throw some incense. We have some powdered silver. He might, shake a holy water vial. He doesn't dump any of it out, but he chants. And then he probably selects one of the not young men, but older men, and casts this spell.
Alright, as the holy water sprinkles over it and he finishes his prayer, the corpse suddenly just, like, shoots up, like, from the waist, and, like, sits up. And just kind of looks around.
Okay.
You get, like, a faint violet glow in his eyes.
Ooh, is that normal?
For casting this spell, yes, especially with your
cool.
deity.
I'm gonna pull out my sword just in case, because I don't trust it.
I don't trust this. Fucking die.
We're not actually talking to the person. We're just talking to the memories inside of it. So don't.
Yeah, I don't trust the magic, so
Oh, interesting. Are there any specific questions that this is Eruk asking the group? Are there any specific questions that we would prefer to ask it? Because we already know it's from the. We already know which clan it's from. Let's see. They're from the Nightmare Clan. So we don't need to know the leader. We need to know why they are raiding the town, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Rundar will ask the corpse of the man, "Hey, why y'all raiding this town? These are nice people. What were you hoping to achieve here?"
Let me double check something here, because I believe Speak with the Dead doesn't necessarily have to have the question be the person who cast the spell. Fails, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so you can have an ally ask questions, so you can enable that.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah. So, the corpse just kind of looks around.
Please go ahead.
So the corpse kind of looks around for a second and then goes, "We were here to steal things from the village and take them away because they're needed for the war."
What war supplies is the Nightmare Clan low on?
I don't know what supplies they're low on. I was just told to steal as many wood as I could, steal some food, and maybe grab a few prisoners in the process.
gonna kind of pull the group slightly to the side so that way I don't actually ask it a question. But based on what we know of the Nightmare Clan, is there any possibility of peace happening, or should we try to get information about upper rankings to know what our next procedure should be?
I could ask the name of his commander that sent him. That should be something that he knows.
Or like where the nearest outpost would be as well, something like that, just so that way we have an idea of where they might come from.
Oh, like where's their camp?
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
technically, we can always go after them. If they're going to be hostile, we can be hostile. I mean, we don't have to, but just knowing where they are, we can position ourselves tactically.
Oh, like where your head's at. Okay. Arendriel, anything to add?
No.
Do you have any questions that you wish me to ask, Arendriel?
No.
All right. So there are next two questions there. What is the name of the commander that sent you on this mission?
The guy just kind of looks and goes, my superior who sent me on this was Captain. He thinks for a moment and then goes, Captain Phil. Captain, and he tries to like mouth it correctly and just goes. He's like, This is the DM actually trying to come up with a name on the fly.
I got you. It's not Izumo Chirho, the leader lady, right?
No.
Okay.
No, it is not that. It is definitely not that. Phil McCracken. No.
Oh wow.
The name is Captain Gatomor. It's Captain Gatomor.
What was the location, distance, and direction of your camp, of your raiding camp?
He thinks for a moment and then he looks kind of like eastward and goes, to the east.
He doesn't know specific directions and whatnot. I'll ask the villagers.
He goes like to the east, about 1 day's travel, near a hill that has a monument on it.
It's amazing.
So that's 3 questions. You have 2 more.
That was 4.
Oh, that was 4?
Yeah, because I asked him what supplies he was looking to get as well.
Right.
So.
What supplies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at least 1
All right,
question
so
left.
You said 1 day to the east, on a hill with a monument.
Yes.
Okay. War with the Bear Clan. Why did they send less trained or less experienced individuals on your mission instead of veterans?
It like jerks for a moment and goes, my guess is easy target, not a lot of good fighters here.
All right.
And then the corpse just collapses and then falls to the ground.
All right.
Helios sits there and thinks for a moment and goes, interesting. Well, perhaps we should rest here for the day and then head out tomorrow?
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do it. I guess we're gonna do 1 to the east. We're gonna go. Zatan, do you want to go do that? Do you want to go raid the raiders?
Zatan?
Arindriel, do you want to go raid the raiders?
Sure, let's go.
All right, let's get some rest.
All right.
You know, do our thing. How many horses did I recover? Was it 3, 2?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. So roll me a d6. You recovered all 7.
Okay. This is amazing.
Jesus Christ.
That's 300 gold, guys. More than that. 350 gold for those horses, plus their tack. Do they have anything in the saddlebags? Did we search the people?
Yes, you did search the people. They did have short spears, studded leather armor, short swords, some rations, arrows, short bows.
Perfect.
Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, you have 7 horses with military riding saddles.
Ooh. There you go, Zatan. You pick out the strongest one for yourself. Here's a military saddle for you. Fresh set of saddlebags. Do your thing. So would these actually be considered war horses since they're trained for battle?
Yes, they are war horses.
All right, Bear Clan's gonna be really happy if we can return these. Or maybe this will be our gift to the Dragon Clan if we can make it there.
Ooh, that's such a good idea.
We will have to tie one of the horses, onto the horn of the ones that we're riding, so that, they will just be able to walk behind us. So yeah, I'll care for all the horses while everybody gets their first little bit of rest, if you guys want.
All right, so everybody take a long rest.
Ooh. You get to press the long rest button, y'all.
Yes. So as the dawn raises over the village, you get like that early morning kind of like coolness kind of hitting you guys. And you're like, okay, it's morning. It's a little on the chilly side for what we experience in this area, but it's still a thing. Give me a perception check. Whoever gets the highest gets to notice this.
The elf would. Oh.
Elf always well.
Legolas, what does your elf eye see? Oh, excuse me. All right. So you two, both Arendelle and Zatan, you would notice a guy coming from the south. And it is a dwarven gentleman. He's definitely not young, let's put it that way, but he's not old. He has salt and pepper hair. He has a big braided beard that goes down mid-chest. And he is obviously wearing a simple brown robe. And he has a staff that at the end of the staff is what looks to be some sort of arcane sigil design.
I don't know if I like the looks of this.
And he's slowly walking. He's not in a rush. He's not really he is definitely not geared for combat. And a few of the villagers kind of look at him weird as he approaches. And you can see that there's a backpack on him now. And there's some sort of book strapped to his side. So are you guys going to intercept him before the villagers? Or are you just going to let the villagers engage with him first?
Arendelle is the one that's seen, correct? And Zatan?
Yeah, Arendelle and Zatan.
What do you think we should do, Satan?
I think it's a pretty good idea for us to be involved, at least. I don't know if we necessarily intervene, but being there to be able to help is a good idea.
Okay.
We don't know the intentions quite yet.
Oh, yeah, sounds good.
All right. So as he approaches, some of the villagers kind of react to him, and they're a little confused at first. And then he kind of smiles and waves and goes, good day, good people. My name is Brother Ethar. I am here to provide aid and succor, as well as to educate all those onto the path of enlightenment. So it's up to you guys if you want to react to that, or you're just gonna let the villagers do their thing.
I'm gonna kind of just turn away, but continue listening in just in case there's any relevant information.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
What are you guys staring at over there?
Some prophet of some sort is coming to lend aid and spread some word.
Do you think it's that same? Hey, Rundar! I snap my fingers. You got that book, man? That freaking arcane cleric book where they're selling that bullshit where arcane casters are god?
And Rundar will go, yeah, I still have that book.
Does the book look like this? Arindriel?
Yeah.
As you look at it, yeah, it looks just like that.
Well, he's a heretic. Let's burn him at the stake.
You'll see him go around and like cast a few spells to like, help out a little bit, things of that nature. It doesn't seem like anything major. It's mostly like a few cure wound spells, a mage hand spell here and there.
He does cast divine though?
Yeah, you're noticing he's casting divine. And then as the villagers kind of like part a little bit, and they're kind of like a little in awe about him because, you guys have kind of also taught these villagers that outsiders don't necessarily need to be feared. So, they just kind of like, he kind of looks around and goes, "Oh, I see you have other visitors." And he will walk over to the party and be like, "Good day. I am Brother Ethar. It is a pleasure to meet others who are willing to aid those who are in need of it."
Yes, but we're not trying to peddle our beliefs upon them. We're just trying to do good deeds, aren't we?
Oh, there is nothing wrong with doing good deeds, sir. But I merely share my faith with others, much as you, or he'll point at Brundar and go, much as he does. I share my faith by example, not proselytize to them.
If you were to proselytize, what would it be to? Which deity do you serve?
I serve the path, sir. It is a path of enlightenment, so that all may become empowered by existence.
And is the path flat? Is it round?
The path is what it is. It is the path. It has its dips, its bumps, its blockades that one must learn to overcome through enlightenment, thought, prayer, and of course, knowledge. After all, it is far easier to remove a tree from a road with a saw than it is with brute strength.
Arindriel, Zatan, if you could glean any information off of this charlatan, you're more than welcome to, but I fear that I need to step away or he's going to commit blasphemy, and I cannot abide that, so I'm going to go take care of the horses.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds good. I don't really like this person.
I don't either.
What have I done to possibly upset you all? I've merely come here to help those who need help and to educate them onto the path of enlightenment so that they may have improved lives.
You conveniently show up using magic shortly after a battle to quote-unquote help people who have no idea who you are really and no real desire to have you here.
And yet, you have shown up, I'm guessing, before the battle. Isn't that time just as serendipitous as mine? Perhaps...
I'm going to spin her. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm going to spin around as soon as he says that and say, we murdered your brother over on the coast because he was involved in raiders against the Crab and Bear clan. Okay? So don't come in here all high and mighty like you and your brothers aren't a part of this shit. You are the reason they don't trust outsiders. You're coming to them with false information because your deity and path does not exist. Else it would have a name and be tangible.
He kind of just looks at you and, like, give me a insight check.
Thank you. $17.
Okay. Give me a second. I just need to roll a d20. And my roll is shit. He is offended at what you said, but you can tell that he is... Like, you can almost tell that he's doing, like, a mantra in his head to keep himself calm.
No, please. I would like to see you at your worst. That way I know what type of person you are. Go ahead, let the anger out. Hit me, smite me down with your path, if it is so glorious.
You'll see him, like, take a deep breath in, he'll sigh, and then he'll go, I understand that some people have issues with those of different faiths, as well as those who have different mindsets. Those of us who walk the path embrace many who have various different views. The person who you likely killed was likely merely a worshiper, not one of us brothers.
A worshiper with a book such as yours almost looks exactly the same. Also involved in raiding in-clan raiders. Interesting.
He will, like, reach back into his backpack and go, well, my book is, the book I carry, I have several copies of, and my brothers and I, those who go around and tries to help others and convince those to join our faith, we are more than willing to offer copies of the book. Because if one cannot read, one cannot then understand, and understanding is one of the first steps upon the path of enlightenment.
Understanding that I just witnessed you cast divine magic from the heavens. Yet that book that you are holding exemplifies arcane wizards. So tell me, which arch-wizard are you serving?
Is talking no beat.
Go to bed.
What?
Go to bed, child. He goes, wizards are part of our faith, as they are tools and instruments to help others become enlightened. As they often...
No, they are not tools and instruments. They are the enlightenment. Your book says that arcane casters are to be revered and celebrated above all else, even the divine path that your book has. So go ahead and peddle me more lies. Go ahead.
They are considered closer to the source of enlightenment, hence why they are revered. I believe you are misunderstanding the text.
Can I make a religion check for the god of the arcane?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Damn. Not my purview.
Not your purview.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. I didn't mean to.
No, it's not your purview. No, I'm getting a laugh. That's all. So you kind of stop for Stumble for a minute. He goes, if you are having issues understanding the text, I am more than willing to sit with you and take the time necessary to help enlighten you, good sir. Nothing?
I really don't want you giving away my position and our position, so the more time you spend with us, the better. Absolutely. Come over here and read me your book, priest.
Of course. And, like, he will sit down and, like, go over some of the passages that he prefers. And it turns out, like, his favorite chapter is the one that he's named after.
Oh.
And the reason why is when one becomes essentially a priest in the religion, they give up their old name and they take on the name of the saint that wrote their preferred chapter, and they become an expert of that chapter.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes. So, brother, the Ithar chapter is the 7th chapter in the book. And it describes going over... He describes it as using both the arcane and the divine to provide aid and to make everybody's lives more improved. And that the skills of the martial, while should be respected, are often used at the failure of the spoken word.
How old are you, Master Dwarf?
He goes, I am currently 230 years old.
You'd think that by then you would know the difference between a religion and a cult. You, sir, are in a cult. They've stolen your identity from you.
He will kind of smile and just go, I understand it may be perceived as such, but I assure you, it is a proper religion.
You don't have a name anymore.
I willingly gave up my name when I became inducted into the priesthood, as many priests before me have.
Right. It's a cult. You give up yourself and you become wholly them, right? Now your brother Endar, and there's nothing that you can do to go back to being your old self, right? So
actually incorrect. If I were to decide to leave the priesthood, I am permitted to reclaim my old name and go back to my old life.
And you think they'd let you leave?
Yes, there have been others who have done that. Either due to retiring due to old age and unable to continue their good works. Others have lost sight of the path and needed time away to regain that sight.
All right, y'all. Please stop me from doing something evil. I'm about to murder this dwarf.
So, Zatan, Arendelle, are you going to do anything?
I'm just going to kind of stay on my guard because I still don't like the little dwarf.
Yeah.
Helios will kind of just turn and just go, interesting.
Helios, you could be a god in this religion. A grand wizard such as yourself? Oh, I bet this man has to show you deference, don't you? Isn't that on the path?
The gentleman will go, if he is of arcane nature, especially of the wizard variety, then yes, he is closer to the source of enlightenment than most people. He merely has to understand, though his knowledge may be of a different language than what is spoken in the path normally. Tell me, good sir, what is your name?
No, you don't get that. Sorry. I don't want you to be familiar with me so you can spy on me from afar.
As you wish. Do you have a profession? I'm guessing some sort of martial profession based on your armor and weaponry choices.
I am an undertaker, good sir. I inter bodies to the earth so that they can go back to the lady. This is my book of dead, and I take out my giant-ass tome of bodies that I've buried, and I thump it next to his book.
He goes, "Ah, you are a servant of the Lady Libertine Eterna."
A real deity, tangible.
Really? Have you seen her in person?
I seen her just yesterday, as we put the bodies in the ground and questioned the dead.
So she came into existence in front of you. She spoke with you.
Oh, you're gonna have this argument. Interesting, interesting. At least I can name my god. Yours could be a demon for all you know, and cults often are demon spawn that have
Oh.
hoodwinked people into doing something quote unquote good to gain their trust and corrupt their souls. If you cannot name your god and the real god, then it does not exist.
Oh no, you misunderstand. Our deity has a name, but I am not prepared to speak it yet. It is quite the ritual to be able to voice one's deity for my path.
Correct. It's a demon. You don't need to. A deity gets power through people worshiping in their image. There's no reason that they wouldn't make it unpronounceable.
Oh no, it's not even unpronounceable. It's just not preferred to be spoken aloud, except with the faithful.
Right, because you don't want other people to hear it and realize it's a demon.
If that is your belief, that is fair. I basically have my faith, but I have seen my deity. I have been in their presence, and it was an eye-opening experience.
I too have seen an arch wizard once or twice. They're nothing special.
Oh, you misunderstand. This was no mere arch-wizard. This was one of the divine.
I believe that you believe that.
Tell me, are your deities allowed to walk amongst the people?
No, for good reason. There are rules against that.
And why are
If
there
your
rules
deity
against
is
that?
if your deity is walking among the people on this plane, it is a demon or a devil, and you have been betrayed.
And why are those rules in place? Who set those rules? Why do they exist?
They set those rules themselves long ago because whenever they go to war, they destroy entire worlds, they destroy entire planes. Therefore, they lock themselves away so that they can't screw with their toys. Okay, we are toys. We grow up and we are manufactured for their goals, and that doesn't bother me at all.
He will smile kindly at you and then go, "Tell me then, do you know what a vassal is?" Give me a religion check.
Okay.
Or history. Either one are appropriate. So Zatan, you could give me history.
7.
Nope.
Orc not so smart.
Yeah, orc not smart.
Meow.
Meow, yep. Arendelle, you can give me religion or history. Whichever one you want. Because you don't have to have it. Let's see what Arendelle gets. Arendelle got an 11. Alright. Helios kind of smiles for a moment and it goes, "Gentlemen, he's speaking of the embodiment of a deity on the material plane. The direct servant of whatever deity exists can imbue this one being with part of their essence."
An avatar of sorts.
Yes. And the dwarf will smile and go, "Excellent. I see you are highly educated, good sir, and I appreciate your wisdom added to this conversation." So, that is your deity attempting to walk upon this plane. Kind of almost a cheat, if you will, or a loophole.
Down the rabbit hole we go, eh, Rundar?
Oh my god. That was a good pun.
Thanks. We can sit here all day and argue semantics about what's right and what's wrong, but you need to realize that if indeed the avatar stood before you or a vessel, it still wasn't your deity.
Indeed. But that does not make my religion any less what's wrong like for real than yours.
Would you like to meet my lady?
I'd rather not, but at the same time, I understand that once my physical form has been destroyed, I will ascend to be in the grand library of my deity and basically enjoy eternal enlightenment and knowledge.
To each their own. A pleasure meeting you. Should we go before I hang this man?
You have anger issues, my young friend.
I have lying issues. I have very tempted to lock you into a chair and force you to tell the truth, but I really don't want to do that in front of these villagers because they seem to enjoy your paltry tricks with your little fake hand and your minor healing. So I'll leave you be, but I want you to know that Brother... Oh, shit. What was his name? Brother Endro? No. Ethar?
Yes, my name is Brother Ethar.
Brother Ethar, if you've given up your name and there's only 7 verses, I'm sure I'll meet a dozen other Brother Ethars. So it was not good to meet you.
There are 22 chapters in the Book of the Path.
Oh, so 22 names only in your entire religion. Amazing. That must be really, really confusing to get right in the history. Oh, wait, you probably don't have a lot of history since it's a new religion, right?
He smiles and goes, only those who take up the... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say mission. It's not the right word I'm looking for. Take up the calling of doing what I do are the ones who get the names.
So you can operate with anonymity, go wherever you need, and then it's wonderful. It's the perfect little guise of trust. That's why I'm so angry at you, is because I can't fault you without outwardly being the bad guy, but I know standing before me that you are the bad guy, and that irks the shit out of me.
Would you like me to provide a demonstration then of my good nature and power in order to help these people?
What do you have in mind? Are you going to ask the demon to bless this village?
No, not a demon. You keep mistaking that. I am going to go forth into their field, call upon the power of my god, and help some of the crops that have been destroyed regrow.
Oh, we don't need that. Garen, I need you to cast Plant Growth, the real long one, not the short one. Thanks. We already have a druid.
I mean, if you so desire, well, it was my offer to provide aid in that way. As
you're gaining their trust in that way.
I have heard that they have been raided several times lately, and it took me a while to walk here.
From which direction did you walk from?
From the south, good sir.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
It's a simple thing. If he lies about the simple thing, he's gonna get tridented. Insight. 17.
He's telling the truth.
All right, cool.
He did come from the south.
All right. I just don't want him to be a part of our raiders and, standing here before us acting like he's going to help. Arendriel, can you see if he has any other, shit in his pockets that might help, maybe?
Sure.
All right, so you're going to go looting through his pockets?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Sleight of hand, please.
Oh, come on, light fingers.
Yeah, nope. As you go and start to reach in and mess with his pockets, he'll kind of look over at Arendelle, kind of reach over and grab his hand and slowly pull it out of his pocket, and then he'll reach into the pocket and pull out a handful of salt taffy, and go, "If you were hungry, young man, all you had to do was ask."
Too good. He's pre-canned. He's got all the pre-canned lines. He's too good to be true. That's how I know he's evil. We should mount up and leave.
Good idea.
Garen will go, I'm going to stay behind and, one, keep an eye on him, and two, help these people.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for... Wait, you mean like leave? Like stay?
For a while, yes. He's like,
do we need to come back and find you?
no, like, I'll come find you if, whenever this guy is gone. Or, you know, the village no longer needs me.
Don't fall for his shit, Garen.
I
Come back here and you're wearing that book around your neck. I will be displeased.
Don't you worry, I ain't gonna fall for his stuff.
Helios, you ready to go? Zatan? Erendriel?
Yes.
Yes, let's
We can
go.
venture onwards. I'm tired of this little dwarf.
Alright, so you guys mount up and head out. Alright. Away! Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so you're heading to the raider camp?
Yes.
Alright. So it's slightly to the east. Alright, so you're about there. Something happened to my map and it's not being really good for zooming in for some reason. A little weird. Alright. So you ride eastward for the better part of a day. And as the sun is setting, you can see the hill and the stone monument that's on top of it. And it looks like a green stone monument.
Before we get to that, I'll talk to Erendriel and Zatan and Helios. I'll just say, if you ever think that I'm incorrect in hassling someone, please correct me. It will not. I'm not actually mad. I was trying to elicit a response from him. If you guys think I'm going down the wrong line of questioning, please feel free to speak up and tell me so. You won't offend me.
No, I think you're on the right train. I thought it was a little bit too convenient that somebody who could help with varying magics just showed up right after a raid.
Yeah, I agree with Satan. It's really sus.
Helios speaks up and goes, he's not of the goddess of magic.
That's what I mean. He's not worshiping a god. You know what I mean? He's not worshiping a known deity. Helios, do brand new deities just pop up out of nowhere?
He goes, actually, yes. That has happened before.
What's the odds it's a demon or a devil that's got these people hoodwinked into a cult? Or a fae, for that mean.
I would normally agree with you on the hoodwinked, but here's the problem. He is trying to do what he's doing while still, like, lightly preaching his religion. He is not trying to force people into his religion.
I understand that, but if a guy is saying free hot dogs on the street, right? You walk up and you take the free hot dog, and he goes, "By the way, I'm a part of this organization." You are now obligated to listen to his shit because you took the hot dog.
Previous cults and deities have found more success in having followers that believed in them than followers that feared them as well.
This is true. I would normally agree with that. But something doesn't quite click right.
So more research is warranted before we make a decision.
Yeah.
Helios goes, in my defense, I always want to do more research. So take what I say in that regard with a grain of salt.
I think we should have bonked him.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, he didn't engage in any action that required violence yet.
I can't believe he didn't get angry about me telling him we murdered his brother.
I don't think we murdered his brother. remember, they're handing out books to just worshippers. So there's the very real possibility people who just decide to follow this religion are going to have a book.
That's fair. There's a lot to it though, right? Because Helios, don't take this the wrong way. Arcane casters, that's school. You guys have a lot more leeway in what you can and cannot do, right?
With the various schools of magic, yes, that is quite true. We are capable of bending reality quite a bit.
So having wizards, powerful wizards, be a friend to this organization, right? They obviously want that because they're going around to wizards saying, you're closer to the source, and you're already an arcane spellcaster. You're already special. You're already rare. But you're gonna flock to a place that celebrates you and worships you, yes? Rather than being scorned and distrusted.
Normally that is true, but arcane casters already have a religion that honestly celebrates them quite a bit. And that's the deity Abnu Ketna, the goddess of magic.
Okay.
Most wizards tend to worship. Most wizards, sorcerers, hell, even warlocks tend to at least venerate her slightly.
Well, we need to find a cleric of hers and attempt to see if she's upset by the existence of this counter cult to her religion, basically.
I mean, if we wanted a follower of her religion, the best methodology would be back in Sahir, as she does have a major temple in the capital.
I'm sure that we'll be back in a town. That is, the next time that we're in a major town, we got to try and get that information.
Agreed.
Satan. Sorry, go ahead.
Something just does not click right, though, with some of the things he said. I don't think it's demons that we have to worry about. It's too structured. If anything, it has to be a devil or some sort of fae. I think is more your accurate assessment.
And if they have to do a ritual to quote unquote talk to their deity, I understand that there are holy rituals that can bring some of the deities here sometimes, or their vessel, as you put it, but that often requires something incredibly specific, does it not?
Normally, for most rituals, yes, it requires a particular chant, a particular ritualistic setup, usually some sort of material to be sacrificed.
Yeah, disturbing. Should we tie up the spare horses before we make our way up there?
Agreed.
Erindriel, do you want to do a scouting mission beforehand, or do you want us to just try and sneak along with you?
No, I can scout.
All right, what's your danger word? Actually, here, take this whistle. I'll just hand you a little signal whistle. If you get in trouble below this, we will come running.
Okay.
All right, so off you go, huh?
Yes.
All right, excellent. So you start heading up this hill and looking into their camp. Now, their camp is heavily revolving around horses, and the tents definitely seem to be made of like simplistic leathers and things of that nature.
Okay.
And you can see that there's like a fire inside each one, and that it is, you know, the horses are incredibly well cared for. That much is to be said. But you are exploring things of that nature. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, yeah, I get average because of the cloak, right?
Yeah, at minimum you get average. You could always roll higher.
Nice.
All right.
Yep.
All right, so you were able to sneak through here fairly easily. And you eventually get up to what you believe is the commander's tent. And you overhear them talking with each other in Itagayan. Which I believe you do not speak.
Nope.
So you hear gibberish. But it does sound like initially angry gibberish for a while, and then suddenly a young man will come bursting out of the tent, kind of almost past you, like you were pretty close to the entrance, but he doesn't seem to notice you. And you see him kind of walk off, and he's got a spear, like a long spear on his back, and he is in medium armor. And he has like long dark hair that goes to about probably his shoulders. He heads over to like a horse, and he pulls out like out of his pocket a brush, and he just starts brushing the horse and like talking to it in his native tongue.
Ooh, interesting.
So, do you do anything? Or you just let him talk for a bit?
Oh my god. I go back and tell the group what I saw.
Okay. How many people were up there?
Your best guess is probably about 600 people.
Did you say 600?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many horses? Is it like one horse per person?
For the most part, yes. There are some people who don't have any horses, and there are some who have multiple horses.
And this is a raiding camp. This is much more than a raiding camp. We need to go, or like, unless you want to do horrible things to them, Erindriel. I don't think Zatan and I can go up there and blend in very well. So unless you wish to poison their food supply or poison their water supply, I believe we need to leave before we get
I
caught.
have an interesting slight proposal that either ends in Zatan's demise or causes this camp a lot of trouble.
All right, what you got?
So if I were to Misty Step my way to the horses, I have things like Daunting.
Oh, you're going to stampede the horses? That's actually really smart.
And Dissonant Whispers. And I'm wondering if I can cause a giant fucking stampede in the pen that basically destroys the camp. Because if you have 600 fucking horses almost going wild,
That would be a disaster.
Yeah, it's putting it mildly.
and I am a cavalier, so I could probably get on top of one of those horses without getting injured pretty easily, I would imagine.
I mean, if you want, they're used to mounted people coming in and out. If you just ride up there, do your thing, and then come back down.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. If I'm like kind of like fake it looking like a patrol, because we still have their horses, correct?
Yes, you still have...
If I kind of make it look like a patrol, if I don't get close enough that they really notice I'm not wearing the proper gear, and then I just kind of misty step my ass inside and go, boo, and see what happens.
How do I want to put this? So...
Is it a recommended or a not recommended move is what I'm asking.
Arendelle...
If we aggro the camp, there's no getting away.
I was gonna say, Arendelle, you know that his outfit definitely would be drastically different than what they are normally dressed in.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
He would kind of stand out.
Yeah, it's
Is
pretty
Arendelle
much.
somewhat confident in luring a patrol officer that would be dressed in roughly the same size gear I would need to be able to pull this off?
So you really want me to knock him out?
I kind of want to know what happens if I cause 600 horses to go on a stampede, okay? It sounds really fun. But if y'all say no, I understand no.
So don't take this the wrong way, but if you were to strip quote unquote naked, do you look like a lion?
Yes?
Ish.
I mean, could you just walk up there on all fours and roar at the horses? That way they don't know you're a humanoid lion. They might just think you're a big cat.
Would I pass as a wild lion potentially in these parts?
You would have to do a hell of a, I think a deception check. Yeah, deception check for that one. Because
Sorry, it was just a thought.
you have a humanoid body, which means you obviously have hands and feet, and your bone structure is geared towards being an upright body. So it's not like you could easily fake being a lion, but you might be able to pull it off.
The inner child in me says YOLO for some reason, but the adult in me says don't do it.
Remember, you also have a member of your party who is good at deception.
Does that mean that Arendelle could disguise him as a cat?
Yes,
what
with
you're
the
getting at?
deception check.
Okay.
I guess we attempt to disguise me then?
Arendelle, are you willing to do that?
Yeah, sure.
If the disguise turns out to be we'll just give up on it. But if it turns out to be good, we might try.
All right, so Arendelle...
And Rundar will cast guidance, okay? So you can add a D4 to your deception check.
All right, so you get a D4 on top of it. You have Zatan helping you, so that's the aid action. So that means it's rolled with advantage. So let's see what you get, Arendelle. You get a deception check at advantage with a 1d4 plus. All right, now you get to roll d4. So 1. All right, so it's a 25. Oh, goody. So, Zatan, you do know this means you have to strip down to nothing to do this.
I ain't afraid.
Got it. So that
Ain't
also
nothing we ain't seen before.
yeah, and it also means you don't have your sword, you don't have your armor, none of that equipment.
That's okay though, because we're being smart about this, and I'm not misty stepping in, so I can always misty step out.
All right.
And while he's getting prepared with that, I'm gonna stage, like, I'll put his sword, I'll tie it to one side of his saddle, I'll put if you have any magic items or whatever, I'll put them in your saddlebag of your horse that you've got. That way, if you need, you can call your horse and it'll bring your shit to you.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Now, mind you, he is in full plate, which takes a while to put on.
That's fair.
So he won't be able to put his armor on, but he at least will be able to be armed.
Perfect.
All right. All right. So before we get into the chaos you're about to cause, we're going to take a quick intermission. I have a puppy to walk and kids to tell to go to sleep. So I will be back, I want to say about, at the latest, 8:50.
I am so hyped for
I gotta
this.
take my dog out as well, so I'm going to hurry my butt off.
All right.
I'm so hyped for this. This is great. Thank you guys. I'll see you in like what, 10:15?
Ish, yeah.
All right.
All right, and for those of you who are watching, you'll have a brief intermission. You'll get to listen to some music, see some pictures. If you want to add art to the picture list, by all means, send it to me. I'll add it. All right? Be back in a little bit.
magic weaves the night. A fireborn mage emerges, bathed in mystic light. Helios, our dearest right, with a burning
destined. Each spell a verse of legend, each spark a tale untold. A chronicle of passion in fiery hues of gold. The calm before the tempest, the storm within his gaze marks the turning of the tides in these enchanted days. Let the ether resonate with the cadence of his art. A symphony of fire echoing deep within the heart. In every burst of magic, in every glow that spreads, lies the lore of life eternal in the flame that softly treads. Helios of Venomar, let your embers burn so bright. Illumine the forgotten past and guide us through the night. What is the source of life? The ancient riddle calls. In the ever-burning spirit that within you gently falls. Through corridors of starlight and the mist of timeless dreams, he strives with quiet wisdom where reality redeems. A fusion of the mystic gods with valor finally spun. He weaves the fire of knowledge neath the endless ageless sun. Each incantation echoes like a herald of the past, a promise that the burning truth shall evermore outlast. And though its temper flares like a comet in the skies, it fuels his noble journey to where the hidden answer lies. So in the realm of Venomar, let his tale be known. Of Helios Abdare, whose light by fate was sown. With a quest for life's true source, and a spirit bold and free, he carries forth the flame of hope for all eternity. In a tavern by the fire's gleam, a tale was spun in a sorrow dream of Dander Applebrook so bright, a halfling bard with heart alight. But darkness crept on that fateful night when magic marred his song of light. Raise your voices, let the echoes cry for the fallen bard who'll never die. Vengeance calls across the land against the hand that broke the band. A Larian spell in his perfect plan. Now justice wakes at destiny's command. A Larian shadow forge, cunning and cold. An elven wizard with ambitions bold. In service to Lord Valorn's decree, he sought perfection in all he'd be. Obsessed with flawlessness in every art, he cast Disintegrate to tear lives apart. Erasing Dander in a burst of might, leaving only echoes in the silent night. Raise your voices, let the echoes cry for the fallen bard who'll never die. Vengeance calls across the land against the hand that broke the band. A Larian spell in his perfect plan. Now justice wakes at destiny's command. Through forest glades and mountains high, we march with grief, yet we defy the cruelty that stole our cherished friend. Our oath for justice will not bend. For every note that Dander played, in every heart his tune has stayed. We pursue the flawed soul of perfection's thrall, to bring the mighty wizard to his fall. Oh, hear the cry of the vengeful kin who carry on where light grows thin. The call for retribution fills the night. rise from ancient stone. Heroes' fates are yet unknown. To the old, where the echoes call. In the night the darkness falls. Through the storm, through the flame, heroes rise to carve their name. From the ruins of the past to the battles that will last, every choice a path to tread. In this world where fate is led, trivial, where the echoes call. In the night the darkness falls. Through the storm, through the flame, heroes rise to carve their name. Through the trials, through the pain, destinies in blood are stained. Magic weaves the threads of time. In trivial, where legends glide. Trivial, where the echoes call. In the night the darkness falls. Through the storm, through the flame, heroes rise to carve their name. So gather close, the tale begins in Trivial, where the dark wind sings. Join the fight, take up the call, for in this world heroes rise or they fall. Where the echoes call, in the night the darkness falls. Through the storm, through the flame, heroes rise to carve their name.
Ruby Mad Hatter, the crafter of dreams, sells trinkets and potions and magical schemes. His golems they serve with a silent grace, pouring ale, setting plates, not a word out of place. And out of the ocean, a great guest arrives. It's Candid Gamera, a scientist kaiju of size. Oh, come to Ruby's Tavern where wonders unfold, where golems pour ale and the stories are bold. With magic and laughter and the monsters roar, you'll never find a place like this evermore. Honey jellyfish, in the kitchen she stays, blessing each dish with her radiant praise. Her cleric's touch makes the stew divine, with a hint of magic in every wine. Umbra the ghost, just down the street, sells dusty old tomes with a voice bittersweet. He drifts through his pages with a whisper and sigh, while Ruby's Tavern keeps humming alive. Oh, come to Ruby's Tavern where wonders unfold, where golems pour ale and the stories are bold. With magic and laughter and the monsters roar, you'll never find a place like this evermore. The fire burns bright, the night rolls on. Kaiju sings a deep rumbling song, with golems for waiters and potions that gleam. You'll find yourself lost in a fantasy dream. Oh, come to Ruby's Tavern where wonders unfold, where golems pour ale and the stories are bold. With magic and laughter and the monsters roar, you'll never find a place like this evermore. So raise up your glass to the Hatter and wife, to the golems who serve and the magical life in Ruby. free. A place where the weird is just meant to be. They'll raise up your glass to the hatter and wife, to the golems who serve and the magical life. In Ruby's Tavern where the wonders for free. A place where the weird is just meant to be. The count of the night, tonight we'll find a place like this evermore.
There we go. All right, welcome back, everyone. I just realized I need to be in the just chatting section because we're not fighting a battle right now. Okay, you guys ready?
Ready.
All right. So, you do understand that not all 600 horses are all in the same spot, right?
But can I cause enough chaos to cause all of the horses if every horse in the pen that I go to goes scattering away from me? Cause and effect is my thought process here.
All right, so you're attempting to cause as much damage as possible.
Yeah, create havoc, fuck up their supplies, a little bit of everything.
Okay. Let me think. All right, so first you will give me your stealth check to sneak into the place.
I thought because I was disguised we didn't have to.
You still have to do some level of stealth. It's just not going to be...
Yeah, that's an issue then.
Oh no, remember, you're not in heavy armor. Remember, you're naked.
The moment I hit stealth check, it did that. Is that because the armor's still equipped?
Yep.
Lol.
That's actually worse. So, like, you are noticed by the guards as a big-ass cat. And for the most part, they will try to shoo you away from the horses using torches and stuff. Basically, they're using tactics that they wouldn't use on people. They're using tactics that they would use on a wild animal.
With my good athletics or animal handling, would I be able to pass as a wild animal and then still do it? Oh. Or would that be, I guess, performance, if anything, technically?
Yeah, performance.
Convincing them that I was still an animal?
Yeah. Maybe, I'd say performance or maybe, like, deception, whichever one.
As I was trying to tell you, there are no bullets left in this gun, you see?
Guys, I'm letting us down.
No, you haven't failed yet. You're fine. Go up there and kitty roar. That's the whole plan anyways.
So you're gonna roar at them. Okay, so you roar, and they just kind of look at each other, and like one of them will pull out his short bow and go, "Fuck it, I'm killing the sick cat."
Erendriel up there with him. That's the question.
I mean, if Arendelle wants to give a stealth check to see if he can help out.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So Arendelle's check is basically he's sneaking around, he's noticing things, and the cat is a great distraction because they're kind of like talking to each other and so on and so forth, and then one of them pulls out a short bow, draws an arrow, and aims it at Zatan. You'll notice because they're distracted, you actually have a good chance of getting to the little group of horses behind them, which is about 20 horses.
How do I do this? How do I... Oh my god.
Do you need advice?
I couldn't just, like, smack it one of the horses.
You absolutely could.
Unlock the pen gate and startle the horses and see if you can get them to start running out.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Just smack one in the butt.
All right, sleight of hand, please. All right, so you're taking your time picking it because you're just not quite getting it without making a lot of noise because you are trying to be silent. Meanwhile, the first two arrows are loose, so give me a second. Does a 17 or a 14 hit you? Zatan.
Yep, both hit.
Okay. So I'll roll both at the same time. So 13 damage. As both arrows go thunk into your like sides.
I'll take the hit and do my best not to yell at them. Just kind of muffle it.
Fair enough, fair enough. Arendelle, go ahead and give me another sleight of hand check. Alright, now you're able to get that gate open. You slowly open it, you go in, and then what? You said you're just going to start slapping horses' behinds?
Yep.
Alright. So suddenly, 20 horses go running. The guards kind of freak out for a second. They're like, and they scream something in Itagayan, and then suddenly there's a whole lot of screaming.
Well,
Goes the tan.
while the guards are distracted dealing with the pen that Arendelle opened, I'm going to sneak up to the closest grouping of horses
Welcome,
and
traveler.
basically do the exact same thing that Arendelle did. Just kind of startle them enough to cause another
As I was
commotion.
trying to tell you, there are no bullets left in this gun, you see?
Oh, yeah. It's all coming
Points of
together.
distraction. And then on the third one, that's when I will...
Observation. This is a great opportunity for slaughter.
Alright. Okay, so you're going to release some more horses, you're going to scream, so on and so forth, and at this point, one of the riders is now coming through the area, and he's looking around. He's trying to figure out what the hell's causing this to happen, and I'm going to let you both make a stealth check. ...19 on Zatan.
Holy crap.
22 on that. Okay. So, Arendelle, you stay kind of hidden in the shadows. You're like, okay, that's fine. He notices Zatan, and this rider comes through and takes his long spear. It's that guy you saw from before, Arendelle, and he just stabs at Zatan. Oh, excuse me.
When I see him, can I dissonant whispers him or no?
Sure. All right. Give me a second.
What do you whisper to him? Is it like, if you come over here, I'll scratch you? Yeah.
And
Give me the meow mix and nobody gets hurt.
Damn.
All right, so he fails. So you give him 3d6. So 14 damage to him. And he turns his horse and just scowls and then just starts riding away.
Success.
Yep, success.
No stabby.
Yep. At this point, you hear towards the monument like a loud booing voice. It is a female voice. You hear it go, and Savi Saveturu! And like suddenly there is a huge fire elemental that just appears in the center of the camp.
Helios, did you hear that?
Helios looks at it and goes, Karuk, I can see that.
What the fuck is that, dude?
That is a fire elemental.
You know what? I don't hear a whistle. That means we don't go running. You stay right here.
I'm not getting involved in that. That is beyond my abilities to deal with.
You can't just tell it to go away? Come on, man. What type of wizard are you?
Okay, we speak the same language. Doesn't mean he's going to listen to me. He is literally 10 times my size.
Isn't that your cousin?
No.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, guys.
Not all of us fire people are related there, jackass. The hell, man?
Why do I feel like my only option is to just Misty step the fuck out of there and get towards my horse?
If you want, that's a possibility. You're like, get the fuck out.
I'm pretty confident the rogue and the fighter without armor don't beat a fire elemental and potentially hundreds of soldiers.
Yeah. It's just like, nope. Nope.
Not doing it.
All right. So you guys are like getting the fuck out of there. There's all kinds of chaos and things are going down. The fire elemental is kind of not lighting the tents on fire as it walks by, but it seems to be looking for something. So, you guys are certain that you might be what it's looking for. Is it the time to panic?
Yeah, you might want to blow that whistle. Or we just completely peace out and regroup.
All right. So
Okay, I'll blow the whistle then.
Okay, you blow the whistle. All right. So
shit. Come on, Helios.
God damn it! I didn't want to have to deal with this. As Helios is on the back, like following a rook with his horse, and you guys kind of ride up to the camp, and
I'm bringing the other two horses with me, by the way.
I kind of figured.
Okay, cool.
The people who are gathering the horses, there's some that are still guards. They see you, and they're like, they yell at you in Itagayan, which obviously you guys don't understand, and then they look at you and go, and they yell in common, "Stop, intruders!"
All right, Helios, here's my soapbox. You ready? I draw my sword and go, "Did you stop raiding those helpless villages? Did you stop kicking down their doors and stealing their people? Did you stop? Ah! And then I'll look for my friends. Are they anywhere to be seen?
Oh yeah, they're heading your direction like real quick.
Badass. I want all eyes on me, so I will do like a big fucking. I'll make a big spectacle. I'll throw some silver dust in the air and cast Shield of Faith on myself, and I will stand up in the saddle with my shield and sword in like a battle pose and go, "Come and get me!"
So the guards themselves will initially come at you with spears.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's going to be that initially.
Cool.
All right, so guard 1, guard 2.
It's okay. My AC is now 21.
Yeah, so bang, bang, it's like nothing happens. And then they notice that and they just go, shit, and run.
Paltry fighters, send me your best! I yell at the camp.
So at this point, Arendelle and Naked Zatan kind of make it to where you guys are. And just as that starts to happen... Well, there's no map, Wizen. That's the problem. I didn't have a battle map prepared for them setting the camp on fire. Or, you know, making the camp go nuts. So there's that.
Free the horses.
Yep. Coming through the camp is that gentleman that Dissonant Whispers was used on before. And he'll see Aruk and be like, he'll point at you with his long spear and go, you know, attacker of our camp, I challenge you to an honorable duel. You will face me or be branded a coward for all time.
This I accept. I will bonus action mark him with my vow of enmity.
He will bonus action Hunter's Mark you.
Amazing. How do you want to do this?
Okay, so what he's going to do is he is going to lower his long spear and charge you. So you can decide how you're going to react to that.
Okay. Well, if he's going to charge me, I will maintain my standing fight on the horse if you'll allow.
Okay.
And I'll just be like, hey, that guy wants a fight, horse. Charge him, and I will meet him halfway, I guess.
Okay, so you're standing on the horse. You're not in saddle.
Correct. I am standing on the back of my horse.
Okay. So both of you get to make an attack roll.
I get advantage on attack rolls against him for 1 minute or until one of us goes unconscious.
And he does the same.
Oh, wow. Really? I rolled a freaking 3 and a 2, so I miss my one attack.
He misses as well because he got a 17. So, like, his spear glides off your armor, and, like, your sword, he just ducks under. You can see, like, you got a couple of his hairs. He will turn the horse around after you guys slow down for a minute, and then he'll charge back at you again.
We will continue doing this.
Okay.
I will sit back down in the saddle, though. Oh, that's fine. Does a 15 hit him?
15. Let me double check his armor. I wanted to make sure about that.
Did I let them roll 2 natural 20s?
Yeah. Luckily, only one of them counts.
Oh, okay.
Because he's rolling with advantage.
Oh, gotcha. Can I roll my second attack?
Yes.
Or are we getting 1?
I'll allow you to have a second attack. You'll have to note that he'll get 1 too, but...
That's fine.
His will only be a single attack on the second attack because he has advantage from his spell effect, disadvantage from attacking in melee. Like 5-foot melee. Jesus Christ, another bot.
23 to hit him?
23. Let me see. So yes, the 15 will miss. The 23 will hit. The 15 will miss. The 23 will hit.
Cool. I will burn a second level spell slot and hit him with 3d8. So he takes 22 points of damage. 11 of that's radiant.
All right, 22 points of damage. Okay. Okay, so he at least hits you with 1 crit.
Let's go.
Yeah, let me make sure I have the right weapon damage because I'm still not entirely used to 5e.
I hit the D10.
I want to say it's a D10, but I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's a D10.
D12.
Glaive. Oh, D12. Let's go.
D12. It's a lance.
Ooh.
Because there is a full-on official long spear in 5e. There's just spear and then lance. All right, so D12. So it's 2d12 plus his strength modifier, which... Oh, excuse me. Twice that would be 8. So 14 damage plus another d6 for Hunter's Mark. 15.
Amazing.
So, wham! He slams that into you.
Right.
The second one, of course, does not hit because... Oh, no, wait. 22. Does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. 12 plus 4 plus another d6. So, 18 damage. So, it looks like you're fine.
Say 18 and 12, right?
Yeah.
So 30 total?
Yeah. Isn't it like damage minus something, or is it just the damage?
It's half of the damage or 10, whichever is greater.
So it'd be 15. Which a 26 is enough, so you keep your spell.
Gotcha. But I got hit twice, so the first one that did 17, that was only a 10. So
yeah, you're
all
fine.
good. Cool.
So wham! As you guys go past each other again, he turns around. And like you'll hear him yell some sort of weird cry. Like some sort of weird battle cry. And he just comes rip-roaring at you. So
Okay.
How much do you heal yourself?
I don't. I was checking to make sure if it was a bonus action or if it was a regular action. So I'm not actually going to heal myself. I'm just going to attack him twice more on the next pass.
All right.
22 to hit?
22 does hit him.
Wow.
An
Really? Another 3 and a 1? That's fucking sad.
And the second attack does not hit. He hits you twice. So first one, so you get 1 hit in, and you do your damage.
And question, how is he getting an advantage?
The weapon he's using grants him advantage when he's charging. It is an effect.
Oh.
It is a magical effect of the weapon.
Gotcha. Okay. So I will probably hit him once, correct?
Yes.
All right.
So 15 and 10.
25.
Yep.
I'm down to 22. All right, and I hit him once with the 22. I'll use another second level spell slot and smite his ass.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. 31 points of damage with my smite.
Oh, he's hurting. He's hurting bad. All right. You can see there's obvious wounds on him, and he is just holding on and breathing.
I'll shout, is this to the death, or do you submit?
He will think for a moment and then just yell and charge again, like almost in a prideful rage.
I meet him in the charge.
Oh, another crit, and the second attack hits as well.
I'll hit him twice too if we're doing it all in one little thing.
Yeah.
22, 27.
Those both hit. All right, that's the crit.
Oh, I'm down. That makes me unconscious.
And that's the standard attack, plus the 2d6 from Hunter's Mark. Alright. So, yeah, you're down. Go ahead and do your damage as you're hitting. You're both hitting each other relatively at the same time.
Oh, amazing. I'll just to make it flashy, I'm going to spend 2 slots and do 2 more smites. So, it is my sincere hope that we both down each other. So it'll be 6 die 8 plus 7. So 25 points of damage.
25 points of damage. So he goes down as well.
All right, sweet. The duel is a draw.
Yeah, like, you're both knocked off your horses. You hit the ground, and like...
Sorry, team, I got cut up.
Yep. So, Arundel, Zatan, what are you guys doing as Helios is basically throwing spells at the fucking, fire elemental to try to get it to go a different direction?
Thank God I sat down on the saddle. The military saddle keeps me in the saddle after I'm unconscious.
That's true. Oh, so yeah, he's still in his saddle too.
Yep.
Not Helios. Aradrel, Zatan.
No.
Speaking.
I'm trying to think. I don't know what the play is because we don't know who cast the elemental to be able to go after them. So it's not like we can get rid of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Soon.
Well, no, Helios is the one dealing with the elemental right now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not like we can really aid with the elemental in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
So I would think that we're best off to go try to help Uruk and make sure Uruk is not deaded forever.
Okay.
That's a good, yeah.
So you're basically grabbing his horse and getting the fuck out of there?
Yeah, we'll pull him over to safety.
Okay. Uruk, can you give me a death saving throw?
I can. You mean rolling a d20? Boy, howdy. 9. I fail.
That's a fail. Oh, no.
That's my first failure. Let's go.
You notice that he's, like, being taken back into the camp. The guy that was jousting with him. And there's lots of screaming, lots of yelling. Just, it is chaos. You did succeed at that. So then the question becomes, do any of you have, I believe it's medicine is the check? Yes.
Medicine or Rundar can do any healing.
Yeah. Well, you have to get to Rundar first.
Daddy's through. Oh my god. Yes. My carotid. It doesn't bleed out.
Yay! You're no longer bleeding to death.
He looks rough, Zatan. You just look. He's got, like, the spear went through him in several places. It's bad.
And just throw a roll of gray, sticky material that's wrapped in a roll and say, pat yourself up. You'll be fine.
Oh, no. I'm still unconscious. You didn't heal me.
You just made it so he doesn't bleed out to death.
I'm going to throw it at you and say, pat yourself up. You'll be fine.
Snoring in the saddle.
Casually throwing rolls of duct tape at you.
This isn't Skyrim. I can't just eat 19 wheels of cheese and BK.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my gosh. So you guys, well, where do you head back to? Just the village, or do you head a different direction?
We were on our way to Engelcrest, right? Sorry, Hengjing.
Yes, you were on your way to Hengjing. Do you guys want to continue heading towards Hengjing?
I cannot make the decision as I am unconscious.
Yeah. Sure. That's
Yeah, we should progress because if we bring them back to the village, then it's more likely that we put the village in danger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you guys start heading that direction. Excellent. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so you continue heading towards Hengjing. Do you ride throughout the night, or do you try to camp at some point in the evening to try to recover some?
Ride through the night to get the most distance and hopefully give Aruk some time to wake up.
Okay. Go ahead and you two give me a Constitution saving throw.
Do not get to add +4 because I'm not conscious.
Yep. All right. Let's see what we got here. Zatan, you have a point of exhaustion. So there is that. Arendelle, you are fine.
woohoo!
So you're okay. All right, let me think what the next step is. Because you did kind of throw off my plan just a hair.
Sorry.
Hey man, you said 600 horses, and I said, what kind of wild fiasco can I cause?
Right.
I also said, if this is not the right way to do it, someone say something, or I'm going to cause a stampede.
No, that was the right way to do it.
Yep.
That was the correct way to do it. The only problem is you said, hey, blow the whistle or we can do something else. And she went, blow the whistle?
Yep.
I mean, I mainly just wanted a horse with my equipment.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, if we're allowed, Rundar would probably message the bear chieftain guy, political person that we were assigned, and tell him where the raiding party was, how many people were there, and that we disturbed them a bunch.
Fair enough, fair enough. He will get a message back going, okay, good job. We'll see what we can do to take advantage of this. Because that would be probably ideal at this moment. All right. So you guys travel south very rapidly. Now, here's my question. Do you push yourselves or do you travel at a moderate pace?
Am I awake for this? Can I offer my wisdom or no?
Yes, you can offer your wisdom.
We have extra horses. We should push ourselves, and then we'll just switch horses halfway.
What sleeping person murmured in their sleep? Because I didn't realize you could switch horses.
I mean, we have extra horses we're bringing with us, so we can ride hard on our horses, right? And then we switch to the horses that we haven't ridden, and then we can give our horses a break of carrying us. Know what I mean?
I support the idea.
Yeah.
We'll go the old Mongol raiders on their ass. We'll bring more horses than is necessary, so we never have to stop moving.
I mean, that's fair. All right. So at this point, then, you guys will need more Constitution saves. All three of you. Because while you can push the horses, you're still pushing yourself.
Oh, yeah. I'm conscious. You all get to add 4 to your save, as long as you're within 10 feet of me.
Yep. Let me do Helios twice, because I forgot to do his Constitution saving. So that's 1 point of exhaustion. Second one, he's fine. That still leaves Zatan, though, for the second one.
For the second one, I did the 24 right after Aaron.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah, never mind. You're fine. Okay, I see where it is.
Sorry. Yeah, I was like, what? Huh?
All right. So the second day, Helios has a point of exhaustion. Zatan has a point of exhaustion. And Aruk and Arendelle have no points of exhaustion. And then we go to the third day. And we get another one of those wonderful saves as you guys are pushing yourselves continuously. Helios and Zatan are at 2 points of exhaustion. Arendelle's at 1 point. All right. So at this point, at 2 points of exhaustion, Helios and Zatan, your speed on the ground is halved. Not on horses, but on the ground. And anybody with 1 point of exhaustion has disadvantage on ability checks.
You all look ragged. Do we need to pull over and rest for 8 hours?
Helios goes, I would very much prefer that if possible, as I still haven't recovered my spells.
I think we've made enough grounds that a rest could be acceptable.
Very well. Find us a place out of the way and hidden, if you can. I'll help look to offset your disadvantage. I'm not good at hiding in the wild, but if one of you could find a place.
This would be stealth or nature. Either one is appropriate. And whoever gets the highest roll, that is the how well hidden your camp is.
I will aid Arendriel in the stealth check.
Yep.
Oh, I guess they already have advantage. So.
Oh, in this case, they wouldn't have, because the cloak doesn't help hide the camp.
Correct.
Yeah. So 19. Okay. No. You got advantage from his assistants.
But they have disadvantage from their exhaustion too, right?
No,
not you yet. Only have one.
They only have 1 point. That's ability checks, not skills.
Gotcha. Sorry.
All right. So 19 is what is going on. All right. Give me a second. I will do 5d20s. It's not a total, it's just each roll separate. Alright, so as the night progresses, there are some riders that go past. Some are obviously from that camp. And towards the evening, you'll hear what sounds like horrifyingly bad singing. It is sounding like someone is choking or being choked or like strangling a cat. You're not sure what. It is terrifyingly bad. So what do you guys do when you hear the terrifyingly bad singing coming from down the road?
Unknown. Were we able to rest for an hour before the singing got there?
Yeah. This is towards the end of the rest.
Okay. Arendriel, you want to sneak down there and see who's singing?
Okay, sure, I'll do it.
All right, so Arendrell, you sneak down the road some to take a look at who it is, and you see what looks to be a old, ragged human guy, kind of like with a really colorful cart. And he's got like a couple of oxen pulling it, so like yaks, and he is just singing so off key. It is really bad. And he's got a couple of lamps on his cart too. So, what do you do with that information, Arendrell?
I'll go back and tell them.
Well, did you... Just a guy with a cart?
Yep, and his singing is horrible. It's hurting my ears.
Well, he might have something to sell or peddle. Oh, maybe he has rat on a stick. You ever had rat on a stick? Did he have food? Is he selling food?
Oh my god.
I'm not sure what he's selling. It's just my ears hurt.
Okay. All right.
Did you try asking him to stop?
Everything's better on a stick.
Nope. You go tell him to stop.
No, my God.
Oh, wow. I hear what you mean.
And like eventually he just kind of laughs and then goes, and he says something to his animals in Itagayan, and then he kind of like directs the cart to pull over to the side of the road, kind of near where you guys are.
Oh shit, it's the guy that summoned the elemental. He's chanting.
He will jump down from his cart, and you see him like kind of go around to the backside of it and like dig some things out, and he will pull out an axe, like a woodsman axe, and he goes, "All right, fire time." And he will once again go back to singing in like a terrible way.
Do you want to invite him up? Should we invite him up here so that he shuts up and doesn't bring people to our hiding spot? That was a question.
If you want to do that, yeah, sure.
All right, I'll just walk
That'd be
down.
advantageous, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. just cover me, please. Like, just if he tries some shit, I need you to have my back.
All right, so you just like walk down to him.
I walk down to him. I'm not covering my wounds or anything. I look fucked up, and I'll just walk down and be like, "Excuse me, sir."
Oh, a fellow traveler. Are you
Yes.
lost, friend? Or are you,
No.
Oh, what's your, my apologies. What's your name, friend?
You're not one of them book guys, are you? You're not some brother, are you?
Book guy? No, I'm a fine purveyor of inks and paints.
Oh, I know. You know what? I have a friend that needs to talk to you, but I'm pretty injured, and I was just taking a nap, and you are very loud.
Oh, my apologies. I like to sing as I travel. It helps pass the time.
Indeed, it does. But we could have a quiet conversation to pass the time instead, if you would like to join us up the hill here.
Oh, do you have a fire already built?
Probably.
That would be a yes. You guys would have had
Yes.
a fire, yeah.
Yes, there's a fire built. We have some a small amount of food on, but we're just recovering.
Oh no, I have food. I just needed a fire to cook it. Ah,
you're welcome to join us, sir.
All right. Let me get Ming and Zing all settled, and then I'll come up and join you.
You're not a part of the Nightmare Clan, are you, sir?
No, I'm a good clanless person, sir. I'm just a humble traveler.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
Yep, seems good to me. We'll be up the hill when you're ready.
Yes. Yes, Suo is my name.
Pleased to meet you, Master Suo.
Yes. Oh, not master. I'm just a merchant. But just plain old Suo. Thank you. Or should I say plain and humble Suo? Or plain and simple Suo. Whatever. I've been called many things in my time. Like, he'll go back to his wagon, kind of put the axe away, and then he'll pick up a bag that obviously has a bedroll and a few things attached to it. And then you'll see him kind of, like, get a post and, like, hammer it into the ground and tie his oxen to it. And they have enough room to move around so that you can see them, like, moving over to a bush and chewing on it. He's like,
Okay.
you ladies, behave. Don't get into any trouble. And he kind of like slowly comes back up to you, Kuruk, and he just goes, yeah, the ladies, those two ladies love me to death. I love them back. They're great animals.
I bet. A fine companion, very hard to find.
Oh, yeah. And best of all, unlike women, they don't complain all the time.
I wouldn't know. I haven't found a person to be with yet. You know, I don't really want to date inside the church, and you know, he just kind of kicks his feet around and then walks back up the hill to his friends.
and Suo will come up to the rest of the party and be like, a venturing party. It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name's Suo. Just plain, simple Suo.
Good day, sir. What brings you to these parts of the woods?
Oh, just heading towards Hingzing, to sell my goods. After all, go ahead.
I was going to ask, what kind of goods might those be?
Oh, inks, paints, things of that nature. I have some rather rare and special inks and paints. And I have some basic ones too, which are very useful. So what brings you all to this area since you asked me that question?
Oh, we're trying to do good deeds, but I got stabbed with a lance today a couple of times for doing good deeds. So sometimes the bad deeds fight back.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that you're outsiders. I can tell from your accent. You're not from around here, and people tend to be very upset about that.
That's true, but we are aiding the. Here it is. I'm telling you, man. We don't want to get in clan politics, but we're in clan politics, okay? So we're allowed to be here because of the Bear clan, and they have arranged to where we can walk to the Dragon clan. And they said, on the way, do good deeds, right? That way, you're good outsiders. And then we've come across this little town that was being harassed by the Nightmare clan, so we bonked them on the head and stabbed them a whole bunch, and they stabbed me a whole bunch, and now we're here.
Ah. Oh, don't worry, friend. The Nightmare Clan, as long as you fought with honor, they'll let it go. They're good sports.
I believe I did.
Then you should be fine. They won't take any hard feelings about it. Hell, they see dying in battle as kind of an honorable thing to do. So I wouldn't worry about it much. Now the Scorpion clan, on the other hand, you gotta be careful around them. They're duplicitous.
I haven't met a Scorpion clan yet, other than Simple Suo, apparently.
Oh, no, I am... Scorpion clan, no, I just know of them in my dealings. I'm not part of the Scorpion clan, no.
So these rare inks, are they used in spell scribing or scroll making?
Some are. Some of the rare inks I have, the rarest one I have is a set of paints that I have that can do magical effects.
Like it doesn't tarnish, or?
I mean, eventually the paints wear off, but for a short time, you can, like, for example, if you paint a door into a wall, there will be a door there.
That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, I was planning on taking it to Hinzing first, stopping there, resting, getting some supplies, and then working my way through the eastern tunnel of Hinzing to Sun Tzu, and then to Shinsei na Toshi, the capital. Because I'm fairly certain someone at the capital will pay good money for, those paints.
I'm sure they will. How much money are you asking for?
He thinks for a moment and goes, I'd say 1,000 gold should do it, because, I mean, there's only so much paint.
Oh, yeah, it does run out.
It does run out.
Well, Erangriel, Zatan, do you want any special paints for 1,000 gold?
Unfortunately, that's a little above my pay grade at the moment.
Okay.
Same.
Helios kind of thinks for a moment, like, digs through his bag and checks and goes, I do not have funds at this time.
Well, that's all good. I'm sure you'll find someone to pay that or more if you travel that far. Do you Do you have any special calligraphy ink that nobles would use and find very very nice to have? Like do you have a gift ink?
I do have some rather fancy inks that I feel would be well appreciated by the nobility.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Suo. I have 96 gold pieces to my name. So how much money, or I could give you all of it.
He
But
thinks for a moment and goes, I'll make you a deal. I will sell you a vial of fine ink that is used in the documentation of most noble houses for 50 gold.
deal. I slap it in his hand.
Excellent. One moment then. And he goes, like, running back to his wagon. And you hear, like, the wagon shake a little bit. And, like, he talks to himself and Itagayan for a moment. And then he comes back and goes, ah, here it is. And then picks it up and comes running to you and hands you an ink vial of fine ink.
This might be the most expensive ink I've ever held in my hand, but you know what? It's going to be a great gift for the Dragon Clan, so thank you very much.
Oh, the Dragon Clan will very much appreciate that. Though, if any clan would appreciate the most, that would be Clan Phoenix.
Clan Phoenix.
Oh, yes, they do lots of writing. Sometimes their noses are too far into their books to notice what's going on.
And would Clan Phoenix happen to be at Bugalant?
They do have a chapter in Bugalant, but their main chapter is in Jingchang, to the northeast.
Well. Have you guys noticed that there are ruined keeps and castles all over Itagaya?
Yes. Oh yes, there's plenty of ruined keeps and castles. They that was from the first clan wars. Very bloody affair. It was a very bloody affair. They, lots of people died, but it's when the clans didn't necessarily get along with each other well. As he's saying this, he's like putting an iron pot over the fire, and he's like stirring in various some meats, some veggies. He's kind of stirring it. It smells a little funny.
Mm. Funny like bad, or funny like that might be poison?
It's funny like odd. Like
Okay.
you haven't quite put like what the kind of smell is. And like as he's stirring, he takes like a big whiff with his nose and he goes, "Ah, the key to a good pellic dish is that you have to cook it slow and make sure that the seasonings basically diffuse themselves through the entire dish."
Sure. I'm sure a pellic is going to be delicious. Whatever a pellic is.
He kind of chuckles and just takes a whiff. He puts like a smaller pot on that is just boiling water. He throws rice into it. He cooks it up for a while. And then he slowly pulls the rice off, drains the water, and eventually pulls out a metal ladle and just, with a wooden bowl, puts the rice in. He gets a ladle of this thick, like, how do I want to put it? Like a thick, like, dark brown sauce. and it has like chunks of vegetables and meat in it, and he just puts it on it, and then he pulls out a wooden spoon and just takes a whiff of it again. Kind of like you see his eyes close, his head tilt back, he sighs in happiness, and then he just takes a nice bite. He goes, This is a good Pelek dish. Would you like to try some? Any of you?
Of course. Of course. I'll make sure it's safe for the rest of for everybody else to eat.
Oh, if you wish. And he'll pull out like another bowl and like do the rice and put it over it and hand you that and goes, I'm assuming you have a spoon of some sort.
Of course. I'll pull out my mess kit.
Yep. All right. So you take a bite?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Rut-row, Raggy.
14.
Okay. So you are able to resist the burning sensation in your mouth, but it is not poisonous. It's just that spicy.
Nice.
And this might be the spiciest thing you have ever eaten.
This is the spiciest thing I've ever eaten. Good though. It's good.
Yeah, he kind of chuckles and goes, Pelek is meant to have bite to it. It is a good dish. It clears the sinuses, makes you healthy, and gives you the fortitude to go forth and meet a new day. How about you three gentlemen? Would you like to try some Pelek?
Sure, why not?
All right. Arendelle?
No, I'm not into spicy food.
You're like, I'm good. That's fair. That's fair. Lysen goes, man, I'd take some Pelek. And he spelled it the way I envisioned it in my head. Like, it's a completely made up word. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. So we're just going to have this person in our camp for the night.
So, Zatan, you need a Constitution saving throw. As does Helios. Okay. They both pass. Aaron chooses life. All right. So definitely a burning sensation for both of you, but once again, you persevere. And you'll see him pull out a bottle, he'll uncork it, and he'll pour a glass and take a drink, and it just goes, this is the life. This is what you should do. Instead of being stuck at home, cleaning whatever house you live in, go forth, meet people, have great food, and engage in good trade.
Happy we can make you comfortable being outsiders. Most people have spurned us thus far until we've proved ourselves to them.
I am okay with outsiders because my business requires me to deal with outsiders often. And I've learned they're not as bad as, most of my fellow countrymen make them out to be. It's also why I speak such good common, as well as, understanding cultures outside my country.
Well, maybe you could help us out with that. May I ask you a question about an organization within your country?
Go ahead. I will try to answer to the best of my ability, friend.
I'm going to borrow that book from Rundar again and go over to him and be like, there are priests peddling this teaching.
That is a relatively new thing in my country.
Yeah, they don't seem genuine. and I've never. Just because I realize that just because I've never heard of their deity, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But it scares me to think that they're trying to get people to venerate wizards like above other people.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. There's other religions that do similar things. For example, Rienhild says venerate paladins and clerics. Akazuri, the god of orcs, says venerate barbarians. So it's not unusual there's a religion that says venerate wizards. This is normal. The thing that makes me a little bit more concerned, though, is these guys tend to show up where something has already happened. Coincidences, by the way, friends, happen every day. They are everywhere. But I do not trust coincidences. They are not worthy of your trust.
Kind of what we were feeling. It's not a... Yeah, either their deity is telling them specifically where they need to be to do what they need to do, or they have pre-knowledge of people in suffering so that they can go peddle their bullshit.
Either way, even if the source of their information is divine or from another source, doesn't make it any more worrisome that they continue to do what they do. And they're very good at it, I've noticed.
Yeah, they're definitely killing people with kindness. I tried my best to provoke one today, and he did not take the bait.
You must have run into one of the more peaceful ones. There is one I saw in the Northeast. He lost his temper, and his staff glowed. The ground opened up under the person who upset him and swallowed the person whole. I would normally not believe it, friend, if it wasn't for the fact that I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Talking about up there near Chewy?
No, going towards Sunbeck. I think like more in towards the plains around like he'll pull out a map and he'll point out to it, and I'll ping it on for you guys. Right about there.
Huh. And where's the Nightmare Clan from, friend?
Mostly they're nomadic. They don't have a city. In fact, that's one of the things about their culture, their personal cultures. They don't believe in cities. They think that being in a city makes you weak. They tend to live in like large camps.
Oh, it was not a raider camp. That was their whole people. Okay.
Well, one of them. I said they don't live in one large camp. I said large camps, plural. They have several subgroups within their clan, and they each tend to have large camps. I think the largest one, is 5,000 strong.
Well, no, we did not find the largest camp, but we found a fairly sizable one.
Oh, you're talking about the one that's like a few days north of here, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I passed by them packing up and getting ready to head out, and yeah, that was a few hundred of them. Yeah, they're an interesting people. They don't get along with the other clans as well as the other clans get along with each other.
Is that due to their traveling nature, or is there actually previous incidences that cause that?
Well, they have a traveling nature, which definitely does not help matters. But once again, they see people who live in cities as weak. So the other clans tend to live in cities. And these guys tend to steal whatever they cannot produce.
That explains why they needed wood. But if they have camps and they have all the, I guess, wagons, maintenance and things, they would need a supply of wood. I'm just trying to think if they're trying to build something to get into a city or siege something. But I don't have any.
Well, if they travel and set up new camps, they would need new materials. They couldn't always technically repurpose everything.
True. Well, thank you for selling me these fine inks. I'm gonna catch some rest for my wounds before I succumb to my wounds.
Yes, I would recommend definitely making sure those bandages are changed, friend. You don't want to get sick and die, after all.
No, because I don't.
He'll smile and like wave you away as you go to bed, and he looks at the other three and just goes, "Are you all heading to bed, or are any of you planning on staying up?"
I'm going to bed.
Somebody should stay on watch so I can stay up.
Helios will go, I will head to bed for a short while, wake up, and relieve you for second watch.
Come get me for third watch, I holler from my bedroll.
All right. So the evening.
You guys hear him back there rolling those percentage dice?
So, as the evening progresses, he turns and looks at Zatanna and goes, "So, friend, where are you from?"
I'm a traveler from Sahir on a journey to discover artifacts.
Ah, there are plenty of nice artifacts in Itagaya.
So I've been told it's quite the cultural location.
Yes, many prominent families keep artifacts in their houses as symbols of their family history. Some of these artifacts go all the way back to the Taurine era.
And Taurine seem to have a bit of an influence on this region. Do you know much about them?
I am moderately versed in them. I am not, and I would not be what you would consider an expert.
Is there anything you can share in terms of like their effects on the lands and what they stood for? We're not very familiar with them. We just kind of discovered them recently.
Oh, the Taurine have ruins everywhere, which those tend to have interesting magical items that can be definitely worthwhile at times. I've had a couple marketed around me in the past, but I've never owned a Taurine artifact myself. I'm just a humble purveyor of inks and paints.
Well, I appreciate the information you're able to share, and I'm sure that your business does just fine.
Oh no, I make plenty of money to take care of myself, but I'm definitely not what you would consider wealthy.
In my experiences, it's often the wealthy that are the most corrupt, so I think you're on the right side of it.
That's fair. I appreciate that. So I'm guessing you're some sort of combative person.
Yep. Prior to becoming an archaeologist, I was living a street life, so I learned to defend and combat for myself.
Ah. So you possess pretty good martial skills then.
Yep. I am quite the athlete as well as the animal handler. My horses are my life.
My ox are my life. They are something I care about quite a bit. Without them, I probably wouldn't be able to get around as well as I do to sell my goods. So, friend, do you have any... your friend over there mentioned he does not have any women in his life. How about you?
No, my life is devoted to traveling for the museum, so unfortunately I do not have time to settle down yet.
Ah... That's a blessing and a curse. The comfort of a good woman can be quite entertaining, but having a wife can sometimes be problematic.
Yes, in our travels we've come across the crazy women, so I'm more than happy to be okay on my own.
Yes, enjoy your bachelor life. Trust me, it's something I do miss from time to time. All right, so your shift goes relatively uneventful. The wizard and him have a conversation which none of the party pick up on because you're sleeping. And then Helios will wake up Haruk, and then be like, "Your turn."
Okay, all right. I get my armor and shit and stuff on. Go brush out my horses. Go brush out the other horses and keep watch. If that dude's still awake, I'll be like, "You're still awake?"
Oh, of course. One always must be awake to be able to be prepared for a good deal.
I'm reading my divine sense. Is this guy undead, Fey, or an outsider?
I'm identifying it. Just give me a second. That would be Fey.
Oh. Shit. Hold on a second. So how long have you been here? Are you a wildling, or have you always been here amongst the mortals?
Oh, you're a paladin, aren't you, friend?
I am. I can smell you. I just needed to rest first, I guess.
I guess. I've been here for a while. I kind of like it here. It may not be as colorful as home, but it's pleasant.
So, all right, can I make what type of a knowledge do you want about Feywild stuff?
Feywilds can be several checks, actually. It could be Arcana, it could be Nature. There is religious context in there, as well as historical.
I'll try religion. No, 21.
All right. So some religions, like for example, Ku, has dealt with extensively the Feywilds, as it tends to be the favored area of wild magics. So like nature, wild, wilderness, stuff like that.
So, if Aren't your people supposed to be all about song and dance? Why were you singing horribly? Was that to get our attention? It was. You got our attention. We invited you into our camp. You haven't slept. You've talked to us all night. We suspected. Are you a part of those? I already asked you if you're a part of the Brothers of the Path thing, but you kind of talked around that. You didn't give me a yes or a no. So are you here because of the... I just pull up the book. This book?
I am here to... I am involved with that book, but I am not here because of that book, per se. Or correction, let me word it this way. I am not here due to that book calling me. I am here because that book exists.
So they are not meeting their gods. They are summoning Fae here to walk freely amongst them.
No. That is a good guess, though.
Well,
allow me to put it this way, my young friend. I love a good story. Part of the reason why I travel and sell is to hear all kinds of interesting and unique stories. Because stories, my young friend, have power.
I don't particularly mind that you're a Fae. I'm just really glad you're not a demon.
Oh,
or a devil.
I am not here to hurt anyone. After all, I am nothing more than a humble, simple purveyor of paints and inks.
Okay, so So you said you were here because the book exists, not because someone summoned you. Is that because the book allows you, like that religion allows you to have freedom of movement in the area without being questioned?
Oh, no. That book has yet to restrict or enable movement in any way for people like me.
Okay. Well, how about I tell you how I found my faith, and in return you can possibly tell me where to find the leader of this conclave of charlatans.
That would be an acceptable trade.
Very well. I'll get out a bottle of fine wine out of my backpack, and we will drink, and I will tell him the story about how the little tiny orc came out of a bush in front of the Lady Eterna's temple in Wandermere, where I learned the religion of the Lady Eterna from Rundar and many other priests. They taught me how to inter bodies. I'll tell them about all the nobles and commoners I've put in the ground and answer any specific questions that they have about that. And then I'll say, one day I was praying and felt a tug, and the clerics told me that something horrible had happened, and now I find myself here.
He'll smile, raise a glass, take a drink, and go. The conclave of charlatans you're looking for are not just in Itagaya. These little guys have been quite prolific. Just how widespread do you believe they are?
Well, I believe they're on every major continent based on what you just told me, but they have to have a leadership structure.
Oh yes, they
or it would all
do.
fall apart.
They do have quite the leadership structure. Many layers, many leaders. Some of divine ability, others more of arcane talents. Would it shock you to know that 3 of your traveling companions have interacted with one of their leadership?
Hold on. Alarian?
No, Alarian, the man who basically seeks to craft the perfect sculpture, as you will. He is a sword. He's a blade. A very finely crafted blade, but a blade nonetheless. He is not the hand that holds the blade. He is not the brain that, directs the hand.
Herod, then. Or Herod.
Herod is not a blade. He is a shield. A mighty bulwark.
Ah.
But he has no mind.
Those are the only 2 names that I've able to gather off of my compatriots since they've been traveling with me.
He kind of leans forward and smiles, and you kind of see multiple colors kind of flash through his eyes for a moment, and he goes, "The one I speak of is quite the mind. An incredibly sharp intellect, capable of deducing many things."
The mind? You're not talking about a person, you're talking about a thing. The mind.
No, I'm talking about an individual who is not only prided on their intellectual skills, but is used often for their intellectual skills by those he works for.
Okay. Okay.
He basically stays inside the shadows, learning, listening, watching, so that way he may fully understand what he faces, so that way he can fully destroy or control it. Because after all, sometimes it's considered the best way to control a thing is to be able to destroy the thing. And this one watches everything so very carefully.
I was kind of happy it was just me and you tonight.
Indeed, this was a great conversation. I appreciate it greatly.
In the future, whenever I have more stories to tell, is there a way that I can get a hold of you?
Oh, I'm sure I'll find you another time later on. Your story is very interesting.
Well, I'm going to start making breakfast for my friends. You're more than welcome to join us.
Oh, I should probably get going before the rest of your friends wake up. Don't worry. I do hope we meet again in the future. It was very nice to meet you.
I will shake its hand if it lets me.
Yeah, he'll shake your hand.
All right, cool.
And he'll get up and grab his things and head out.
So I'll wake up. I'll wake them up a couple of minutes after he leaves. You were gonna say something. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Please
it's
continue.
fine. Actually, I was gonna say they're gonna wake up not long after he leaves.
Gotcha. Hey, guys, you just missed the Fae. He just left.
Helios is gonna be like, the what?
Yeah, that was a Fae. He just told me all about a bunch of stuff.
Oh.
I told him a story about how I came to be, and he told me that brother Ethar is a part of that, those the Wandering Path people. He says they're very prolific and they're based all over the continents, and they have many leaders and many layers. He said that 3 of my party members, I gesture to Rundar, Erendriel, and Zatan, you have met one of their leaders. He says he has a great mind and is sharp and he observes. It probably was not an adversary. So I need you to think of who is important that asked you questions in the past, and who has observed you from afar. It could be abstract, a noble that you've worked for, a merchant that you've went on and done errands with, possibly someone that gave you information on how to find or combat Alarian and Herod. I hope you took notes, because Alarian and Herod work for this person, or are lower in rank than this person is in that institution. Which also, these people are involved in the disintegration of your friend, if Alarian is truly a part of this group.
All right, let's see what Erendrel and Zatan have to say. I mean,
I can't really think of anyone, to be honest. I would scream it.
I think I might know who it is. Isn't it the guy I first met when I stole the arts and the book?
Do you remember his name?
Valorian or something?
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check to see if you can't recall more information. Okay. So you think back, and yeah, the name that comes to mind is Valoran. He was the Shadow Genasi who you stole a book from. That was written in Taurine. And the other thing you remember of it is the book was not a spell book, but a note of the various cultures of the world.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't Valorian the same guy that Helios is after?
Helios goes, I know of him, but I've never been after him. Alarian is the guy I'm after because he killed quite a few of my compatriots.
Ah.
It took my girlfriend.
Yeah, didn't he stole the soul of your girlfriend, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get that back.
We are. That's why I'm here.
Indeed. So, this new religion is involving Elarian, Harad, and Valorian?
Yes.
That's disconcerting just slightly.
No, it's perfect. Look, go out and do charity and get the people to trust you, right? This is the perfect spy network. They don't even know that they're spying. All they're doing is reporting back on the cultures of the world so that they can go convert more people to their religion. And they are performing espionage across the globe.
And they're using religion as a spy network.
Yes, because everyone will let a priest pass, especially one that heals you.
Oh, that's disconcerting a great deal.
Like I said, this is going to give clerics and priests a bad name if these charlatans are really. And you know what? That guy we met today, he probably doesn't even know that he's a part of the bullshit. He literally probably believes. So I was right. He is in a cult. Fuck him.
He's in a fucking cult.
Call your dad. You're in a cult.
Dad, I'm in a cult. Dad, it's scary here. Can you pick me up? All right.
This is a big revelation.
It's a big revelation for you, isn't it? All right. Well, this is a good time, a good point to stop. All right. So we are going to raid out. Who am I going to raid today?
Angie's online.
Yeah, Angie's online. I can raid her.
Oh, I'm going.
I'm kind of mindset between two people. Two people in particular. Let me see if there's anybody else on this list I could lower it or add to. All right. I can always raid Ange again. All right. So the following people I could raid because there's a lot of good options here. I got Ballade Advent. They're playing Repo. They only have 3 people though, so that might help them out quite a bit because I have like 5. Then we got, who else do we have? We got it's a Banana Pancake. They're playing Disco Elysium. They have 10 people. There's of course Tiefling Melissa. She's still doing her subathon, which is on day 218.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that's still going. There's Sif Avalana. She's celebrating her birthday today. So her and her friends are playing also Repo. And then the last one I have is Bibiansky, and it's in Zoe. I think it's like a Zoe is supposed to be like a new Sims game or something. So what does people think? What do we got? Should we make someone's birthday a little better? Should we say hi to BB? He's pretty chill. Melissa's sleeping, so she's probably running like the Words with Friends or something. So I don't know if that would be a great idea. And
I was going to say the birthday would be a nice gesture.
Yeah, I think the birthday would be a nice gesture. I mean, she's got 59 viewers right now, but an extra like 8 would help.
Or the one that you said only had a couple. Either one seemed like the better options in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll go with the birthday one because I haven't rated her ever. So I feel like that would be ideal. Get a new person in the raid queue. Alright, so we're going to be rating Sylph Avalana. She's a VTuber. Like I said, she's celebrating her birthday. She's not quite to what she called hag status, but she's close. All right. Let me see. Let me get my raid messages up and going. So if you are one of my many tavern visitors, please use the follower raid message. If you are one of my few tavern patrons, please use the subscriber raid message. And there's a fireball because, you know, Zatan needs to light shit on fire. Alright, so please make sure you're taking care of yourselves, both mentally and physically. Bandorian's putting out the fire with a flood. Please make sure you're taking care of yourself both mentally and physically. Join me for Multiplayer Monday, where I will be playing Stellaris Eterna Season 3. I believe that's what's coming this Monday. Let me double check my schedule, because I can never remember what I'm doing. No, this Monday is Star Wars The Old Republic. Sorry. So we're doing Star Wars The Old Republic Sith side. And so that'll be me and Inquisition doing that. So please join us for lots of Star Wars fun. Until then, I know you guys come to my wonderful Resplendent Tavern for the witty banter, but you stay for my fuck-ups. I hope to see you all Monday. Toodles.
In a tavern down the cobbled road, where the lanterns gleam with a warm, soft glow, the ruby Mad Hatter, with a twinkle in his eye, greets every soul with a heartfelt cry. Welcome to the tavern, pull up a chair, grab a mug of ale.